Welcome back to the race wall here in Cowdenbeath, Scotland. 3 heats gone for the Saloon stock cars in their European Championship qualifiers, getting ready for the main event coming up tomorrow. We'll move away momentarily from the Saloon stock car action. Still 2 more heats for them to come, but now it's final time for the Brisker Formula 2 stock cars. 17 cars out there for this one. Going for a hat-trick of wins is 647 Chris Burgoyne, the former world champion. From Stephen Burgoyne is out there as well, number 674. Chris having won both the heats. He starts from the back along with 236 there, Daniel Scrimger. 746 Gary Kitching leading them off. This will be a race over 18 laps. 17 Brisker Formula 2 stock cars out there, and they can be just as hard hitting here at the race wall as the Saloon stock cars. There's Ewan Miller, 629, leading the red tops. Here we go then. Power is unleashed and Gary Kitching leads them off ahead of Paul Reed. Number 17, Emma Mellis in 621 will slot into third place. There's Craig Wallace, the former British champion in car number 16. He'll be another name to watch here. They make their way around the first turns. Paul Reed getting taken wide, caught up with Emma Mellis there. They drop back out of second and third place. Chris Burgoyne already on the move. He's already made up about 10 places on that first lap, I think. Push and shove there for second place among the yellow graders. White, yellow, blue, red and Superstar. Same grade, goodness me. Big tangle there and nearly over goes Ewan Miller, 629. Caught up there with the 280 car. That's Peter Watts. Flames from the exhaust of Ewan Miller's 629. I think the yellow flags will have to come out there. Gary Kitching, your leader, but yes, the race being brought under caution. That was a big tangle there going down the straight. 263 of Dean McGill, the other car involved. See what happened there. Ewan Miller took the worst of that, number 629. Got some bumper there, flew over the front of the 263 car, wallop into the tyre wall sideways. That was a fearsome impact. It was Chris Burgoyne who started by putting the bumper in. That sent Ewan Miller over the top of Dean McGill. He nearly rolled it over and then smack into that tyre. Big shunt there on the back straights. Thankfully everyone's okay. Gary Kitching, your leader, ahead of Gregor Turner, number 391. 144 Lewis Willisey is in third place. Well, Gregor Turner didn't even wait for the start of the race there to take the lead. Gary Kitching has disappeared backwards into the midfield. And away goes Gregor Turner in the lead, with Chris Burgoyne already on lap 4 is from the back of the grid up into third place. Stevie Burgoyne pops the 387 into the race wall there of Jason McDonald into the concrete. Looks like it's going to be a Burgoyne benefits, this meeting final already, because Chris has only taken 4.5 laps to get from the back of the grid into third. Now he goes for Lewis Willisey, going for second place. Through he goes. Chris Burgoyne, who became world champion here back in 2002 on home tarmac at Cowdenbeath. Time with the youngest ever Brisker F2 world champion. And now going after Gregor Turner, number 391, a race wall veteran for the lead. Moves to the inside, through he goes. Making it look easy here, Chris Burgoyne. Now Stevie Burgoyne, his younger brother, is going to try and make it a family one too. Just about every member of the Burgoyne family have raced at Cowdenbeath over the years in one formula or another. There's several of them coming through the mini stocks and in karting as well. Harry and Ernie Burgoyne, the famous brothers, 2 of the most successful saloon stock car racers of all time. 236 there, Dan Scrimgeour under fire from one of the blue graders. 480 Gary Syme, Craig Wallace, number 16, in behind them. Past half distance in this Brisker F2 meeting final. Chris Burgoyne already looking good for the hat-trick. Emma Mellis's car out of the race there on the infield parking area. Chris Burgoyne's away and gone. Stevie Burgoyne in second. See there the angles they get these cars to take the turns properly. It's a unique track, this one. Side by side, Craig Wallace and Gary Syme. It out for a podium place. I don't think they're going to catch the Burgoynes though. Syme tries to fight back. Still up ahead of them is Daniel Scrimgeour in number 236. I can't pronounce that name properly anyway. Apologies if I haven't. 17 Paul Reed under fire from Dean McGill. The worst for his tangle with Ewan Miller earlier on. Trying to get the bumper in there on the 17. Fires him wide almost into the race wall. Side down the home straight. This is towards the back of the field. Saw Paul Reed get tangled up with Emma Mellis earlier on. Scrimgeour coming under fire from Craig Wallace now. The Burgoynes are away and gone. They're going to finish 1-2. There is Chris Burgoyne. He's lapped the 2:17 of Craig Reed. To be confused with the truck racer of the same name. Here comes the 16, now attacking the third place. Craig on the back of the 236 of Scrimshaw. Is off the wall there, just clips him with the back wheel. Look the inside, they both go out wide. Scrimshaw moving wide on purpose there to try and deflect any attack from Craig Wallace. Slip and sliding a bit here. I think there's some oil being dropped here from one of the cars. Just seems to be getting slippery out there, the lap speed's dropping. You can see Scrimshaw sliding wide and bouncing off the wall there. Only a couple of laps to go though. You can see them getting sideways on the turn. Somebody is dropping oil here. Not sure who it is. Third place battle gets through, and now Wallace on the attack, trying to get past Scrimshaw. The Burgoynes, well, they're well up on everybody else. Bit of a struggle in the closing laps. It is really slippery out there. You can see that there's fluid down on the track. The car's slowing accordingly. We're on the last lap though. It's going to be a hat-trick for Chris Burgoyne. Right up against the wall there, off the final turn. Comes in to take the win. Stevie Burgoyne makes it a 1-2 for the brothers. And it's going to be Craig Wallace. He's got through on the last bend to take third, ahead of Daniel Scrimshaw. We'll compare the rest of the results shortly. An oily finish. Fluid all over the track there in the closing stages. One car smoking its way through there. That might be the car that's dropped the oil. I think that was Jason McDonald, number 387. It's a win for Chris Burgoyne. He completes 3 out of 3. He'll go for 4 out of 4 in the Grand National. There's that telltale smoke from the 387 car. The Burgoynes 1 and 2, separated by 1.4 seconds, well ahead of Craig Wallace, who got past Dan Scrimshaw on the last bend for third. Gary Syme taking 5th, ahead of Gregor Turner. And Lewis Willisey, Mika Miller and Jason McDonald next home. Dean McGill completing the top 10. Back to the saloon stock cars then. This is heat number 4, 21 cars out there. Qualifying points of the European Championship. Andy Ainsley, our earlier winner, is in pole position, the only white grader out there. James Letford, another earlier winner, is back out in this one as well. There he is at the back of the yellow tops. Other names to look out for: Cole Atkins, Kyle Irvine, Ian McLaughlin. Barry Glenn is out there. Buster Jr., Barry Russell. Kevin Letford's back out as well. Michael Allard, Graham Cheville, Colin Savage, just some of them out there. There's going to be a couple of rolling laps here. You can see the powder that's been put down on the oil from the F2 race. Well done to the marshals for treating that very quickly. We couldn't go racing without our marshalling team. A couple of laps behind the pace car just to lay the dust a little, otherwise it'd be very dusty and we wouldn't be able to see what was going on. You can see all the powder that's been put down on that oil. We think it was from Jason McDonald's F2. I believe it was him anyway. Apologies to Jason if it wasn't. Colin Savage alongside Drew Matheson. We get ready to get underway then. Here we go with heat number 4 for the saloon stock cars. We are now underway. You can see the dust coming up from that powder put down on the oil slick. You'll see there as they come through turns 3 and 4. It's Andy Ainsley who once again leads them off. Stevie Honeyman side by side with Cole Atkins, who gets some bump from Barry Russell. Jack Grandon doing some pushing in turn as well. Honeyman gets taken wide in the 607. Honeymans have a big rivalry with the Cheville family here at Cowdenbeath. It's been going on for several years. Usually livens up meetings here. More important things to think about this weekend though, the European Championship and points to go on that grid. We're underway. Barry Russell under fire from Jack Grandon, number 277. Cole Atkins has escaped ahead in 399. They sort themselves out in the midfield on this sunny evening here in Scotland. Big crowd in attendance, great to see crowds back in the stadiums. Andy Ainsley leads, Colin Savage second, but he gets potted there by 1-2-4 of Drew Matheson almost into the concrete. And James Letford's in there as well, number 73. He's having a great weekend. Ainsley leads, Matheson in second. We've lost Matthew Sterling into a spin there, number 747. He's going to have to go like a Boeing 747 to catch up, as in goes the bumper on our race leader. Matheson takes over. We've lost Stevie Honeyman to a spin there as well into the parking area. Andrew Matheson leads. Ainsley dropping back in 86 now as a result of that hit. Second place is Letford. There's what happened to Matthew Sterling. He got caught up with Jack Grandon and spun into the tyres. They race their way on in this heat number 4 for the saloon stock cars. Coming under fire there, Adam O'Dell. He's got Kevin Letford, 640 on the back of him. Barry Russell in the 600 as well. Start to sort themselves out. Going up to half distance in this heat 4 for the saloon stock cars. Barry Glenn gets past Colin Savage. Tam Rutherford ahead in number 5. This is the battle for third place. James Letford chasing our race leader. They're in back marker traffic. There's Kevin Letford. Is he going to act as a tail gunner for James here? Matthew Sterling's going to get a wallop here from the 1-2-4 of Drew Matheson, who's trying to defend his lead from James Letford. Now it's just between these two up front. Tam Rutherford, number 5, is in third place. Here they come, off the turn. Great shot that is of them charging into the back straights. Barry Glenn is in 4th, number 38. James Letford looking to attack for the lead. Car looks a bit rough and ready, but it is certainly very quick. 73 car, that's what a lot of people think of when you say stock car or oval racer, I would reckon. Chasing the 1-2-4 of Drew Matheson. Ford Sierra Sapphire 73 car underneath the armour. Those heavy bumpers. The inside into turn 3, he's going through. James Letford into the lead. Drew Matheson fights back in the 1-2-4. Rutherford is third. These 3 clear of their opposition now. In 4th position, looks like it's still Barry Glenn. It's the line they go, being lapped there, the 719 car. It's Dylan Booth. There's a battle with the 601 of Logan Bruce and a couple of others in the midfield. Kyle Irvine, 85 in there as well. Booth gets past the 601 of Logan Bruce. Somebody off there on the inside of turn 4. I think that's Kevin Letford. James Letford still leads. In goes the bumper. Booth out into the wall on turn 1 and 2. Graham Sheville, 661. In there as well, so beginning to liven up in the closing stages. Booth gets taken into the concrete again by Graham Sheville. Michael Allard in behind them in 349. A slightly quieter race for him this time. A couple of laps to go. Race leader James Letford in the black and yellow number 73. Michael Allard lunges at Graham Sheville but doesn't connect. On using his years of training in the bangers. His dad John was a successful banger driver as well. Michael now choosing to run in the saloon stock cars. James Letford into his final lap. I don't think he's going to be caught here, the yellow grader. It's going to be win number 2 for the 73 car. And he'll be heading straight towards the front of the grid for the European Championship tomorrow. He's off the final turn, takes the checkered flag. Another win for James Letford. Second place Drew Matheson. Third Tam Rutherford. Looks like Barry Glenn came over in 4th place. Cole Atkins possibly completing the top 5. Confirm that result in a moment. The rest of them race their way home. Michael Allard holding off Graham Sheville. Good racing there in heat number 4 despite the dust early on. Well done, James Letford gets a tap in appreciation there from Drew Matheson, number 1-2-4. The win goes to Letford ahead of Matheson and Rutherford Jr. with Barry Glenn taking 4th place. Cole Atkins, the top Englishman, home in 5th position ahead of Kyle Irvine. Then Ian McLaughlin, Jordan Cassie, Colin Savage and Michael Allard holding off Graham Sheville to complete the top 10 in Heat 4.
Heat 4 winner, 73, James Letford. You're getting into the habit of this now.
Can't be bad, eh? Can't be bad. The car's really gone good. It's really nice. Just doing everything I want. I'm turning in. The front end's there, the back end, put the power on, and it's doing what I want. But actually, when the checker flag came out there, it broke down just as I went out the checker flag. It started misfiring. So just as well, eh? But it's been a great night. So it'll stand me in good stead for tomorrow, I think. Aye.
Yeah, you're going to have a good haul of points now. You've got to be really up there.
Well, I'm going to get a big push in that first corner anyway. That's for sure.
Or run like mad.
Aye. Try and hang on to it and see where I come out. Eh?
But it's nice to see drivers, I mean, like budget racers and lower graded drivers. It is nice to see on these big occasions, drivers like you getting the win.
Aye, it's fantastic, great feeling, and I keep saying to my brother and some of the other boys that just budget racers like myself, when you do all that work and then when you get the wee win or that wee result, just puts you up there, eh? That's what makes it all worth it.
Exactly, and you can have a good night's sleep now and get ready for tomorrow.
I'll maybe get 4 can now here, I don't know.
Well, we'll see you tomorrow.
Right, thanks very much, brilliant, thank you.
Grand National time for the Briscoe Formula 2s. Next up then, we've got 14 cars or so out there. Chris Burgoyne going for a perfect score. This time from lap handicap, of course. Will Steve Burgoyne keep up the family winning run if Chris can't get through? Ewan Miller's out there, Daniel Scrimger, Craig Wallace, Jason McDonald's back out, so he clearly hadn't blown his engine earlier on. Here we go then with the Grand National for the Formula 2 stock cars over 16 laps. Off they go, down towards the first turn here at the race wall. Ready Chris Burgoyne on the chase, trying to catch up with the field. Looks like it's Emma Mellis, 6.21. She's gone into the early lead in a tangle there. Stevie Forster into the wall in 6.52. Didn't quite see who he tangled with there. Mellis has the lead. Emma ahead of 3.91 Gregor Turner. Lewis Willisey, number 144, is in third place. As a look up the inside, Gregor Turner there trying to take the lead away into turn 3. Goes through, chased by 144 of Willisey. Three yellow graders battling it out. Stevie Forster's got going again after his bit of a shunt into the wall there. Craig Reed taken wide by Dean McGill. They start to fight it out in this Grand National event for the Brisker Formula 2 stock cars. Chris Burgoyne catching up with the rest of the field, trying to move into the top 10 for some extra points. It's Gregor Turner, 3.91, who leads Emma Mellis. Lewis Willisey. Fourth place is Gary Syme, leading the Blue Tops, number 480. See up the inside. Gary Syme is in there as well. Gregor Turner lead. A little bit slippery out there from the oil slicks from earlier on, and Gary Syme's going to be spun out there. Tangles up with Emma Mellis in 6.21. Round goes the 480. Mellis into the wall. Somebody else goes in there as well. One of the blue graders. Couldn't quite see who that was. It might have been 402 of Mika Miller. He's got going again. Turner continues to lead the way ahead of Lewis Willisey. There's Craig Wallace, number 16, could be one of the favourites for victory in this one. Former British champion. The outside line there through the turn, chasing the recovered Gary Syme. There's Ewan Miller, number 629. The yellow flags are coming out because of Emma Mellis's stranded car, I think. Yes, Mellis stuck on the turn. So the yellows come out just at halfway. Smoke there from Mika Miller's car. It's a tyre rubbing against the wheel guard. From that contact in the wall up on turns 1 and 2 when he tangled with Gary Syme. This is going to help Chris Burgoyne in his efforts to catch up. The yellow flag. We'll see a replay of what's happened here. Emma Mellis got the bumper in on Gary Syme, sent him spinning, but she was left with nowhere to go except wallop into the concrete. That's damaged Emma's car. She came to a halt on the turn. She'll be out of the race. Got the bumper in there on the 480, spun him around, but then got caught up herself on the outside. Into the wall she went, and Emma out of the race. Gregor Turner still your leader ahead of Lewis Willisey. There is Ewan Miller, 629 in third. He's running well. Craig Wallace in fourth. Then Dean McGill, and then is that Chris Burgoyne up behind them in 6.47? One of the Burgoynes in there. It is Chris from the lap handicap, and Gregor Turner just goes straight on at the first turn. Well, he wasn't a turner there, was he? He didn't turn at all. Straight into the wall, broken the front suspension, and he's out. So your leader will pick up in a moment there. I think it might be Craig Wallace that's gone to the front as a result of that in the number 16. There's Wallace, there's Chris Burgoyne behind him. In fact, it's another of the red tops that's gone to the front there. There's Mika Miller with damage to the right rear cord. You can see tyre smoke coming off that car as he corkscrews his way around. And where are the leaders? There they are. Pick up who's gone to the front. Looks like it's Ewan Miller, number 629, who leads. Chris Burgoyne bounces off the wall at turn 3 to take that corner. Sometimes you see the drivers doing that. They don't tend to take the inside of the turn. They just bounce off the wall and hope for the best. That's what Chris Burgoyne's doing here. It's working because he's caught Ewan Miller, and from the lap handicap, Chris Burgoyne goes into the lead. He's going for a perfect score, 4 out of 4. He's ahead of the 629 of Ewan Miller. Chased by 629, and third is 16 of Craig Wallace. 387 Jason McDonald, chased by 402 of Mika Miller. Coming into the closing stages now of this F2 Grand National. Scrimgeour up the inside there of Dean McGill, battling for the minor placings here. It's going to be Chris Burgoyne, 4 out of 4. A perfect score here this weekend so far. Going round to start his final lap for 2002. Brisker F2 World Champion. Craig Wallace in 3rd place still. Ewan Miller still there in 2nd, I think, in 6.29. Yes, there he is. He's not going to close on Chris Burgoyne on the final turn. And it is a perfect score for the former world champion. 6.47 takes it. 2nd place goes to Ewan Miller, Craig Wallace 3rd. Confirm the rest of the results in a moment. No doubting your winner there. Even the lap handicap for the Grand National could not stop him. That tyre finally letting go on Mika Miller's car as he crossed the line there, 4.02. He's already smoking all the way through. He did get home over the line. Not many finishers to that one. Burgoyne the winner ahead of Ewan Miller, with Craig Wallace in 3rd. It was Daniel Scrimgeour who took 4th place ahead of Lewis Willisey, then Dean McGill dropping to 6th in the closing stages. Jason McDonald 7th ahead of Mika Miller despite that tyre problem. Craig Reed the only other finisher. Just 9 cars go the distance in our F2 Grand National. Final heats for the Saloon stock cars then. Heats number 5. This one will see Stuart Cheville Jr. go for his 2nd win. So up there we've got the likes of Jack Grandon, Lee Sampson, Stevie Honeyman, Tam Rutherford. He's had a consistent day, so has Drew Matheson. Some of the names we've got out there among the 19 cars for his heat number 5 for the Saloon stock cars. Getting ready then to get underway. A rather rapid start there from some of the higher graders further back. It's up there away. Somebody getting very slowly away there on the outside. Couldn't quite see who that was. Again, a fair amount of dust gone down on some oil out there. Pretty bumpers going in then. Your early leader is Gary Patterson once again in 6.22. There's a bit of push and shove in there from the midfielders. About 10 cars together there coming off the turn. This could get interesting. Stevie Honeyman under fire from 3.89 of Ryan Santry. Round goes the number 60 of Cameron Milne. Into the tyres goes the number 60 car, but he'll bounce back from that, I'm sure, and keep going. It's more than an impact like that to stop a Saloon stock car. 4.28 of Lee Sampson, Jack Brandon in front of him. 2 English drivers battling among themselves, chasing down the 9.41. That's Adam White. Side by side off the turn. We've lost Johnny Wood there, 6.67 into a spin. Out in front it is Gary Patterson and Drew Matheson, 1.24. Matthew Sterling has pulled off in 7.47. The smoke from 1 or 2 of these cars adding to the dust in the evening light here at Cowdenbeath. 6.18 Stuart Cheville dives past the 2.77 of Jack Brandon. His next target will be 4.28 of Lee Sampson. There between Cameron Milne and the 6.70 of Ross Waters, and it is 1.24 of Drew Matheson who has the lead. It's clear up front ahead of his fellow lower graders at the moment. Higher graders seemingly content to battle among themselves. It's their last chance to get points on the board for European Championship qualifying places. There is a last chance race ahead of the main event tomorrow. Those who haven't qualified in the top places go in that. Cheville gets through on the inside of the 4.28 of Lee Sampson. 3.29 Keegan Sampson in behind him. 3.89 Ryan Santry still going strong. Sampson now closing up. Lee Sampson, that is, on Stuart Cheville. Already had 1 heat win today. It's looking good here for Drew Matheson, number 1.24 up front in this heat, number 5. Second half of this race, and Keegan Sampson gets run round the wall there in the background. I think that was Barry Russell who put the bumper in, number 600. Matheson continues to lead out in front of this lot. There he is. He's got a healthy lead here, the number 124 car. On the battered back end of the car. slowing him down though. Barry Russell attacks Cameron Milne in the similarly green number 60 car. Gets through on the inside. Push and shove further down the field as Tam Rutherford attacks the 389. He's slowing there. Is that possibly Keegan Sampson? I thought it was Cole Atkins for a second then. It's not. 3 laps to go now for Drew Matheson, number 124. Certainly been the lower graders doing the winning, with the exception of Stu Sheville Jr. The rest content to race for points. There's Tam Rutherford, number 5. Behind him, Stevie Honeyman. He needs a decent finish here. Not got many points on the board so far. 2 laps to go now for Matheson in the 124. Freestone, number 341. Austin Freestone battling for second place. Ross Waters in there as well, further back. Matheson well ahead here, coming up on the 219 car. 719, I should say, of Dylan Booth. Put him a lap down. Matheson comes off the final turn though, takes the win. Looks like it's going to be Waters home for second place, and Freestone gets spun over the line by Ryan Santry. The English drivers battling each other. 4 points there. 3-4-1 of Freestone. He did cross the line. Got home in third place by the look of things. Now going to cross the line again, going the other way. What is he doing? What Drew Matheson is doing, he's getting on with winning in number 124. The red flags come out on heats number 5. Unfortunately, Drew Matheson was judged to have jumped the start, and he's docked down to third place. So Ross Waters inherits the win ahead of Austin Freestone. Bad luck to Drew Matheson. Ryan Santry 4th ahead of Tam Rutherford and Stevie Honeyman. Earlier winner Sheville Jr. 7th ahead of Barry Russell, Lee Sampson and Ryan Wright.
Heat 5 winner, 670 Ross Waters. Good way to end the evening.
Aye, it was going well. Got the break at the start and we got through the traffic and we got away. It's just a case to pick them off and keep it steady. That was good.
It's been a relatively quiet night for Cowdenbeath, hasn't it? I've got a feeling that isn't going to last into tomorrow though.
Aye, it's been a bit tame. It's usually a bit more wild than that, but there's no very many numbers is what there usually is on a championship. There's only 20 odd cars in the heats. We usually maybe got 30 plus, so that's probably spread things out a little bit. Still been hard, fast racing, but probably the crowds wanting a bit more spectacular. But tomorrow will be the day.
And you must fancy yourself in that race. You got form round here.
Yeah, we're going well. Same chance as everyone else. Everyone's got the same track, so just need to make it happen, counting the day.
And the fan club behind you were all happy a minute ago. They've all gone quiet now though, haven't they?
They've been a bit quiet. Camera shy, I think. That's what's wrong with them.
Well, get a good night's sleep and see you tomorrow.
Aye. Cheers, thanks.
That concludes day 1 then here at the Cowdenbeath Race Wall on European Championship weekend for the Saloon Stock cars. The drivers will now get their cars ready for the second day, the last chance qualifier or the main events if they have qualified straight in. That concludes today's action then. Great racing here at the Race Wall, the home of stock cars in Scotland. Plenty more coming up in our second programme, including the European Championship. That is coming up very soon, but for now, thank you very much for watching and goodbye.